Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of the most talked about thing on the planet, Tactical Tips, coming to you today from the Independent Dealer Podcast and also our friends at NEO. So we talk about this every time with NEO. It's all about getting underwriting correct when you're in our business. And luckily NEO helps with that. NEO is just an easy way and an effective way to make sure you are qualifying the right people into the right car and not taking a lot of time to do it. So check out our friends at NEO, and also the day after Buy Here, Pay Here United Summit, there is going to be a free NEO day at the same place. So the Bellagio in Vegas, come out and see us. I'll be there trying to learn more and more about how to work with NEO and how to make it work properly in my dealership. So anyway, let's get to this. Today, let's talk about shop management. Some of you out there probably have shops, some of you don't. That's okay. Even if you don't have a shop, thinking about how to use other shops and how you could run your own shop can really help you here. So 5 quick tips on way to be better at managing your shop. And number one, this is across the board in any business really. You got to measure everything. And when it comes to the shop, tech efficiency is a huge thing to look at. Measuring how long it takes you to get your car from A to B, how long it takes you to get it from the auction to the front line, how long it takes you through detail. All these things are very important. You got to measure how much money you're making. You got to measure how long is it taking your tech compared to what the book is. So you've got to measure everything. And there's a lot of things you don't even think about until you've been in a shop for a bit. So make sure that you just write down everything that you're doing every day and see what we can do to do better. 2, this is something we implemented in our shop, and I really think it helps, and it's called a daily traffic meeting. And that traffic meeting talks about what your tech did that day, what your tech is supposed to do tomorrow, how many things can your tech do tomorrow. So break it up in the 8 hours you're there, hour by hour. Make sure you have a plan for that tech, because sometimes techs move slowly between jobs, or that your service advisors aren't getting things to your techs in the right amount of time, or you're not getting parts. So everything you can measure and put into that daily traffic meeting will help the next day be better. Number 3, we talk about this a lot of times when it comes to advertising, but it's really important in the shop. You got to fill the funnel. So it's one of those things, the more work you have, the better you can be. If you let the funnel get too low, your tech's going to finish jobs and then be standing around. So as long as you just keep pouring things into that funnel, you can get it out, as long as your other processes are in line. If your other processes are in line, you may need to back off that funnel a little bit, but keep the funnel as full as possible, because you will start to see work coming and things finishing quicker. So if you keep it full, more will come out the bottom. This is something that my buddy Marshall really just keyed in on, and something that I would suggest you doing too. And it's a service advisor check-in process. Every time you bring a car in, whether it's an internal car, a customer car, a warranty car, no matter what, you need to have a walk-around process. And if your service advisor is doing this every time, number one, it protects you, because if you get into a car and you see damage, or you get into a car and there's a rip in a seat, you've got to note this. Get into the car, get the miles, walk all the way around the car, make sure to identify if it needs tires, if it needs wiper blades, if it's got a light out, all these things, because these are things you can sell to your customer. And also as things you can identify prior, like maybe a scratch on a bumper, that the customer would say, hey, you did that. Well, no, I didn't do that. It was already here and we actually took a picture. So make sure you have that check-in process. Number 5, and this is something that's so hard for independent dealers to wrap their head around. You've got to treat your shop as its own business. The worst thing you can do is just say, hey, it's just a shop. It's helping me sell more cars. Well, if you do that, the problem is this: you're not going to make money in the shop. And the ideal thing is to make money in the shop. And if you treat it just as a part of the dealership, what's going to happen is your shop's going to lose money. It's going to start giving away things to your dealership. And if it does that, you're not making as much money in your dealership as you think you should be. So treat it as its own business, manage it properly, and always upcharge. I know some people are gonna say that's not the right way, but it is the right way. So guys and girls out there, managing the shop is no different than managing your business. Use these 5 steps to get better. See you soon.